That means you get an accurate forecast for where you live.
Making sure you know what's next for your neighborhood.
Our experience here means you can trust the Local 3 Storm Alert Team for a forecast you can plan your life around.
That's our commitment to you. Accurate forecasts you can count on.
If you did a quick scan under your kitchen sink, in your garage, maybe even in your medicine cabinet, probably you'd find a lot of fire hazards. Beginning February 4th, the Chattanooga Fire Department and Erlanger Hospital are teaming up to educate the community on the danger of flammable liquids. It's all part of National Burn Awareness Week. Regina Young is with the Trauma Center at Erlanger Hospital, and she joins us this morning. Good to see you.
Thanks for having us.
Y'all are not a burn unit at Erlanger, but you certainly are the Level 1 Trauma Center here, so you probably see a lot of this.
Absolutely. We see a lot of burn injuries come in that we end up transferring out, but we do provide the initial care.
Sometimes you can't avoid having certain things at your house, Regina, so you're not telling people to necessarily get rid of things, you just want them to store it properly.
Correct. We want to make sure they're using approved containers to store, like say kerosene or gasoline, that you avoid storing them in areas that get hot, so by your hot water heater, any place that's going to be in direct sunlight. You want to make sure that if you're using some type of aerosol, that you avoid using it around an open flame, such as a candle or a fireplace. So just being safe with those flammable liquids is what we're encouraging folks to do.
You know, sadly, I mean, hopefully most people will never have to worry about a burn.
Right.
If something happens to you, though, an accident like that occurs, your thoughts just go haywire, and all the things you've been taught, it's hard to remember in the moment.
Yes,
right?
Yes, absolutely. And so what we really encourage folks to do is immediately stop that burning as quickly as possible. If your clothing's on fire, you can do the stop, drop, and roll like we were all taught in elementary school, and put that flame out. You want to make sure that those burning clothes are removed from the area as soon as possible to stop that burn. And then you're going to do a few different things. If you have restricted clothing, such as a belt, a scarf, a tie, if you've got rings on and you've burned your hands, you want to remove anything that's going to cause constriction. And then we want to keep any blisters that have formed intact. We never pop blisters. And we want to cover that area with some type of clean cloth, such as gauze or a kitchen towel, t-shirt.
Okay, let's imagine for a minute, though, that you're cooking at the stove and there's a fire, and your sleeve catches it.
Yes.
Are you supposed to, like, you could smother that with a cloth, but is that then going to make the fabric of your shirt sleeve go in?
It potentially could, so you don't want to rip something off, but if you're able to easily remove it, what you could do is run that arm under cool water, not cold, but cool water, to help quench the flame, and then slowly peel it back if at all possible.
Okay. Alan Green, who's with the fire department, has been here before. I think some things that you want to remember is if you have like a pan that catches fire, don't put it in water. Right.
Any type of grease fire, you want to smother that, say, with flour or something along those lines.
Okay. Is it a good idea? Suppose somebody does have an emergency, though, at their house.
Right.
You mentioned the garage, not keeping things near the hot water heater.
Right.
Is it okay to be near your cars, though, like even in the garage?
As long as you're storing it in the proper container and you're keeping it away from a heat source, you should be okay, because we all have like lawn mowers and weed eaters that we use that are gas powered. So just making sure you're keeping that in a safe storage area. The other thing to consider is you want to keep those liquids put up so children can't get to them.
Right.
Children account for about all of 1/3 of the burn injuries that occur, and that is ages 15 and under.
We mentioned at the beginning that you are not a burn unit, so you can treat an awful lot of this there at Erlanger, but if it gets to be too severe, you ship people out.
Yes. We do transfer out to burn centers if it's greater than a 2nd degree burn.
And how do you know the difference, real quickly, between 1st degree and 2nd degree?
So 1st degree is very painful. It's red. There's no blistering. Think about a bad sunburn. That's a first-degree burn. A second-degree burn, you tend to see those blisters pop up. Sometimes they may rupture, and it's actually through that first layer of skin.
Okay.
Third degree is going to be more severe. Lots of times with third degree, you don't have any pain because you've actually burned through the pain endings. That's a charred look to the skin,
Okay.
and maybe deeper level.
On the Erlanger website, are there resources people can find?
Yes, you can go to erlanger.org and go to the Trauma Services webpage, and there are resources.
Okay, thank you so much, Regina.
Thank you.
He's a singing barber from Polk County, inspiring millions on social media.
Sometimes being there for people is a whole lot more important than trying to teach them something.
Hear about the promise that drives him and the exciting opportunities in his future today at 4.
The reviews are in for Century Roofing, and they are awesome.